I'm MawMaw,
I'm Aunt Beth.
and we're going to make Kringla today.
First,
Okay, first we put soft cube of butter in.
butter, not margarine.
Yeah, butter. Scandinavians always use butter.
Yes,
No margarine.
no margarine.
We put 1 cup of sugar, and then we stir those things.
That one must not have been soft. Should we have the egg?
We need to cream this first.
No, the butter is not as creamy. The butter should be pretty soft so that the sugar and the butter creams a bit before you add your next ingredient, which is egg. And our butter's a little bit hard, so therefore the sugar's not totally blending in with the butter yet.
I think that's good enough.
That's what it's supposed to look like. Now we have 1 egg pre-cracked, and we're gonna add that.
And we have 4 cups of flour that we've already put the teaspoon of baking powder, the teaspoon of baking soda, and our ½ teaspoon of salt in it. And
I have over here 1 cup of buttermilk, and in it I put 1 teaspoon of vanilla and 1 teaspoon of almond extract. So explain the process of what we're going to do
so
on
what
that.
we're going to do is we're going to put both of these ingredients in, the milk and the flour, in at the same time so that they mix together as we do it.
On low.
This one's going to be right.
Tell them what
It's really interesting. We've made, this is our 3rd batch of Kringla today. The first batch was the right consistency. You have to have it dry enough so that when it sits overnight in the refrigerator and you roll it the next day, that it's easy to roll. You can't have it sticky. When you put it in the refrigerator, it's going to be sticky tomorrow morning. The second batch, it was very sticky. So we had to add an extra cup of flour in order for it to be the right consistency. This one is going to be right with just our 4 cups of flour. So you never know, and I don't know what the difference is, but my mother-in-law always used to say, you just have to feel it or see, you'll just know when it's that time. I didn't understand that, but now I understand it, and you'll figure it out too. Got a little baby bit here.
Let's do that. Okay.
I think
It's a little sticky, so she's going to add just a little more flour.
It's that, it feels right thing.
What we're doing is we're pushing the dough down to pull it away from the beater so that it can remix and mix up again better. Because sometimes it just wraps around the beater and sticks there. So you just pull it away from it and then mix again.
I think that's as good as it's going to get. We're going to take it out of this bowl and put it in the refrigerator just because we might want to use this bowl before, and it's the bigger one. So we put it in a smaller bowl to put it in the refrigerator. And like I said, we leave it overnight. Usually you could beat them and mix them up in the morning and roll them at night. Just the normal is just do them sometime during the day and do them the next morning. And Beth's squashing it down so we get all the air out, and we have it laying as smooth in the bowl as we can so that it'll make it so that we can cut off pieces tomorrow and roll it for our Kringla.
My hands are clean.
There you go.
Promise it. I washed them.
Perfect. Now we just cover it with a cloth and kind of tuck it in and put it in the refrigerator. And in the morning,
Got it tucked in.
we're gonna make Kringla.
Okay, on each batch, I cut it into a pie like 6 pieces. Then I take out 1/6 of it, a nice little wedge, and I roll it out into a long wiener here. And then just cut that. Let me get some flour over here. And then I just cut that into segments. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 9 pieces out of each 1/6. So if we had anyone here that could do higher math, we could multiply 6 times 9 and we'd have 54 Kringla out of each batch. We're doing 3 batches, so that is 162 Kringla we're getting today. And you know what? That don't hold the grandkids very long at all. Okay, my daughter just asked me a question I'd never really thought about. She asked me, what's the diameter of this first big wiener I roll out? And the answer on that is 1.25 inches. And then these that I make the Kringla out of is 3/8 of an inch. That's probably more information than we ever need. They all look a little different, but there's no such thing as a bad Kringla. Well, normally not quite this formal when I roll Kringla, but they said they were going to film it today, so I had to put on a clean shirt and shave. Okay, we got 1 pan full ready to go in the oven, and as you'll notice, they're a long ways from being perfect. They all look a little different and they're all a little odd, but by the time they finish baking, they all look about the same and they'll all eat real well, so it doesn't matter. Get a new pan and start on the next batch. Okay, now after you roll that thing out into a long noodle, I like to take at least 1 to a twist and a half, lay it down, and just make a nice little figure 8 out of it. Again, there's a lot of ways to do it, and I don't think any one of them is any better than the other. It's just how your grandma taught you how to do it. And my grandma taught me how to do this back in somewhere in the 1940s, and it still works. It's real nice to have a little flour sifter to tap out your flour with. I just keep some flour on the board here to keep it from sticking, and depending on the surface you're rolling them out on. But on this chopping block that we have here, it works real good to put some flour on it You don't want to get them coated too much in flour, but just keep a little bit to keep it from sticking, and it works real good.
Taking the Kringla off of the pan. We need to do it immediately, otherwise they seem to stick because we have not greased the pan. It is an ungreased pan. So we just take them off and let them cool on the rack.
Now you may think this is just a video showing you how to make Kringla. But see, the woman sitting across from me is not Norwegian. She's Swedish.
Which is good.
But you know what? You can even teach them how to roll Kringla.
I've heard this story my whole married life. That's 60 years.
You know why they invented the wheelbarrow, don't you? That was to try to teach Swedes to walk on their hind legs. Yeah? We've only been at this for 60 years. Now, anybody probably can sit down and bake Kringla. But the important thing is what you do with it afterwards. A Kringla is nothing more than a way to get butter into your mouth. So you take the Kringla, you put an inordinately large amount of butter on it, pour yourself a little glass of milk, and sit down and eat Kringla. It just don't get any better than that. Kringla, butter, and a glass of milk.